Hey everyone, welcome to today's word, Lapsus Linguae. Now that's what I called a sophisticated word which I want to use every day. Lapsus Linguae is a Latin term that translates to a slip of the tongue. We all know that. It describes a mistake made in speaking, like when you accidentally say the wrong word or mispronounce something. It's one of those moments when you say something and immediately wish you could take it back. Now that's a lapsus linguae. Trust me, I'll be using this one even when I don't have to. So let's get into a story so we can drill this in our vocabulary so we can use it in our daily vocabulary to show how, well, I guess that depends, doesn't it? So in the bustling newsroom of the Daily Chronicle, young reporter Emma, a lady, was known for her lapsus linguae. Her colleagues, though fond of her, often teased her for her frequent verbal slip-ups. One morning, during an important editorial meeting, Emma made a particularly memorable lapsus linguae. While discussing a story about a local politician, she inadvertently called the mayor Major instead of Mayor, in a moment of lapsus linguae that sent the room into fits of laughter. Despite a good-natured response to the laughter, Emma's lapsus linguae was a source of personal embarrassment. I mean, it shouldn't be, but okay. Determined to overcome it, she sought advice from the seasoned editor, Mr. Thompson, who had witnessed more than his fair share of lapsus linguae in his career. He reassured her that lapsus linguae were a part of human nature, and often the best way to handle them was with grace and humor. Encouraged, she continued to work with renewed confidence, but her lapsus linguae persisted. In a live show, she made another lapsus linguae referring to a city council as Silly Council, which became an instant hit amongst listeners. And that's one way to get popular. Maybe I should try it, right? Her lapsus linguae, while unintended, had a way of endearing her to the public. Her lapsus linguae became a kind of charm, and her ability to laugh at herself resonated with many. In the end, she realized that her lapsus linguae, rather than being a flaw, made her more relatable and human. Now can't we all appreciate that? Back to story. The newsroom embraced her quirks, and Emma's lapsus linguae turned into a beloved aspect of her persona, making her stories all the more memorable. Now that is a beautiful story with a very, very charismatic word, lapsus linguae. Now I've said it before in some of my previous videos, but I only get you words which I've used in the past or will be using in the future and find them very extremely relevant in the day-to-day conversations. Might it be formal, might it be informal, might it be romantic or any other nature of conversation. And one thing that I have noticed is that when you expand your vocabulary, although some might say it's not impressing anyone, but it's impressing yourself. And that's all you need to, expand your vocabulary, because it shows that you have the capacity to use those words which align with the complexity of the problems that we are used to solving. So I find this impressive, and that's a little bit of inspiration to continue developing your vocabulary. It's just like developing your muscles. You have to keep training, rest, and then revise the words which you learned. Maybe I'll upload a PDF or something in the description later so that all the words are there and it's easier for the listeners to, revise and keep a note of all the words they're learning here. So with that being said, I'll see you in the next one.